Oh man, we are only a few weeks away from seeing GTA 6 for the first time. Not from the leaks, like officially for the first time. I cannot wait. And I thought what we could do before that comes out, because we all know Rockstar more than likely are going to be pretty silent up until that early, week of December. I thought we could actually go back and take a look at some very interesting things that we already know about GTA 6. And in today's video, we're actually going to be looking at a bunch of different patents and sort of trademarks that Take-Two and Rockstar have filed over the course of the last couple of years. And if you want to just be excited, if you want to just see some of the stuff Rockstar looks like are cooking up behind the scenes for this game, this is the video for you, man. Some of this stuff sounds incredible, and I cannot wait to see it in game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. Now, the first one we're going to take a look at, and I'm only doing this first because we've already talked about this like a couple weeks ago. We're not going to take too long on this particular one, but there was a patent talking about the animation and movement of in-game objects like NPCs and stuff. Really, here's sort of the page that showed us a bunch of very interesting things. Animals at the top, horses, human characters, and you have all these different motion types: crouch, normal, fallback, injured landing from different heights, ass to feet. We don't know what that one is about, but it sounds interesting. Cower, fishing, strafe. So like fishing probably is in this game. Jogging, knees, melee, run. All of this stuff basically is implying the animations are going to be much, much better. Like they're already great in RDR2 and even honestly kind of in GTA 5, but this game obviously just taking them to the next level. So that's the first thing. I'm excited for that. That's going to be awesome. The next patent is actually something that I couldn't get it to work, like this patent link. It didn't really click anywhere, but this was found, I believe, like 2 years ago. We'll just take a look at this Reddit post that actually, I guess this was the guy who founded it. But as you can see, the patent hints at a large map. Like we already know the map is going to be relatively large. It's going to be about roughly 2 times the size of Los Santos, like what we have now with GTA 5. But the short summary of this patent was that it allowed Rockstar to seamlessly switch a player from one session to another without a loading screen. So I guess this is obviously more for the online aspect. And like he says, this means if you're flying from one area to another, during that time, you'll switch to a new session without any loading, which more than likely means that the map will be split up into different sessions and will give the illusion of the map being more populated, with hundreds of players versus what we have now where it's almost like no one's in the lobby sometimes. And I guess this is an example. So you would have, 4 different, or maybe I guess 6 different quadrants of the map. And each quadrant would be a different, server, quote unquote. And if you're going from one, maybe there's a lot of people up here. So there's like 35 players just in this portion of the lobby. Then when you, go to the next one, you're still going to have 30 something players. It's just going to be in a different sort of session. Now, how that works, if you're in like a party with friends and all that, maybe it's smart enough to decipher and to take all the people with you. But this does sound like a pretty interesting little patent. Hopefully that works out in GTA Online. Then we have another patent here. This was actually found, I believe, 3 years ago. This was early on, maybe in GTA 6's development. It's talking about a system and method for virtual navigation in a gaming environment. And look, there's a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to read through all of it because it is very confusing, honestly. Now, shout out to the Reddit comments on this thread. Here's a summary of what this patent does. It suggests a way to make traffic in games feel much more realistic. It mentions how these NPCs will be reacting to things a lot more naturally. If something's blocking the road, they'll slow down and look for alternative routes. Cars will also be better at planning ahead and remembering things, such as changing lanes early if they want to get off the highway. So not like GTA 5 where they just pull over in front of you for no freaking reason. It also mentions a system that is supposed to build realistic traffic jams and vehicle density with different kinds of roads, which if done right, like this is something that I would love in a GTA game. Imagine if there were traffic jams. I know that sounds super weird and super like dumb. Obviously, I don't want that all the time because then it'd be annoying. But if there were traffic jams every now and then, that would be pretty cool, especially if they were at certain times of the day, like they are in real life. He says, overall, it seems like they want to build a city sim type of traffic system, as in NPC enters a parked vehicle, has a real destination where he will park and exit the vehicle, which will cause realistic traffic behavior on a large scale. So that's basically what this patent is suggesting, which sounds insane. Like, I cannot wait to see that in this game. And apparently it won't be like it is now, where the traffic just exists where you look at, and then wherever you're not looking, they just disappear. So that, like, the traffic in this game, that the cars, NPCs, and all that looks to be on another level. We have another patent here about improved rendering of computer graphics models. And again, like the last one, it's very long, very complicated. So a shout out to this Reddit user for doing a little breakdown. The patent suggests a nanite-like system for GTA 6. Nanite is something I believe in the Unreal Engine 5, which just makes the games like look incredible. And you can see that in these pictures. These are of the Matrix video game demo, I believe. Like, that's a video game. That's a video game that these graphics look incredible from. I don't think GTA 6 is going to look that realistic, or at least not without mods, you know, until years later. But the graphics right here is basically what this patent is about. Rockstar are doing their own sort of system like this nanite from the Unreal Engine to make their game look incredible. And again, shout out to the Reddit comments for sort of summarizing what this patent does. It basically has to do with popping, one of the things you see a few times in GTA 5. What this does is it only changes the original model and then smoothly makes it less detailed when you're not near it. So I guess it takes up less storage, less time to create an extremely realistic looking object. This isn't anything, I don't think, major, but it just suggests, you know, things are going to be a little bit better. You know, these are the sort of things you don't really see that just make the game feel better. Now, one of my favorite patents, and I don't have the full patent here, unfortunately, but this was a part of it. It mentioned basically how the world will feel more alive. So an example that they gave was an older rundown neighborhood could be created by populating it with a higher proportion of assets tagged old, worn down, rusty, cheap, etc. in game, where the player is attempting to improve the city they live in. As the player performs well in the game engine can slowly replace the objects tagged as described above with new objects tagged new, high-end, hipster, renovated, etc. to indicate that the neighborhood is improving. I don't know, like, because that just sounds like an insane task. I don't know how in depth, you know, something like this would go in a GTA 6, but imagine if you could do what it's suggesting here, where you like take a rundown old house and then you sort of build it up into like a new house. I know that's definitely more Sims-esque, and I know some GTA fans aren't going to like that, but if it's just sort of an extra thing, I personally would love that in this game. So this for sure definitely is one of the more exciting patents. And then the final one we'll take a look at is this one called the Awesome News Network. This might be GTA 6's like CNN, obviously this one's ANN. And all it sort of states here is that this has features that provide news, information, tips, hints, contests, computer themes, blah, blah, all this stuff. So kind of what I'm thinking, unless I'm reading this wrong, is that maybe this might be how stories and stuff unfold in game. Like, obviously we're going to have a phone. Maybe this Awesome News Network is how stuff that happens, stuff that maybe we interact with, stuff that we do in the game, this is how we'll know about it. Like, this network will report on it, will let us know what's happening, like, you know, how the world has reacted to certain situations maybe our characters have done. This is another one that definitely sounds pretty exciting. I can't wait to see how something like that would work in game. But there you guys have it. Those are some very, very interesting patents that people found over the last couple of years regarding GTA 6. Again, we're only a couple of weeks away from this game releasing. I can't wait. I hope you guys can as well. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any upcoming GTA 6 content. Drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Let us know your thoughts on some of these patents in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.